Hello, North County neighbors. It's Captain Morgan here, back with your February 2026 Captain's Report. Today, we'll take a look back at our 2025 crime stats and share a few important updates as we move forward into 2026. So let's get started. First, let's talk about crimes against persons. These are persons-to-persons crimes. In 2025, our overall total decreased by 5.3% compared to 2024. Any loss is too many, but I'd like to highlight the important trend. Since 2022, our homicide incidents have continued to decline. In 2022, we had 28 homicides. In 2023, we had 22 homicides. In 2024, there were 17 homicides. In 2025, there were 21. And since my arrival in 2023, all major crime stats in the North County Precinct have continued to decline. Unfortunately, we continue to see a steady number of assaults across all categories, with the vast majority occurring behind closed doors in our homes. This remains to be a focus and a concern of our precinct. Next, let's look at crimes against property. In 2025, these incidents saw an overall decrease of 12.5%, with the majority of reductions in burglary, auto crime, and theft of property. While there has been a slight increase in robberies compared to 2024, I want to be clear that robberies are still down overall over the last 3 years. In the final category, crimes against society, incidents remain low and are expected to remain low due to changes in the law as it relates to legalization of marijuana. Now let's talk about our ShotSpotter data. In 2024, we recorded roughly 6,000 incidents with about 22,000 rounds being detected. In 2025, that number increased to 6,300 incidents, but the number of rounds decreased to about 20,000. So while we saw more incidents detected, fewer rounds were fired overall throughout the year. So what does this mean? We're using this data along with other factors to better identify times of the day, days of the week, and locations where these incidents occur. This allows us to focus our efforts to identify offenders and bringing them to justice. Now, none of this would be possible without the dedicated officers of the North County Precinct, who I am absolutely honored to lead. In 2025, officers in the North County Precinct answered over 68,000 calls to service. They initiated more than 22,000 calls that were self-initiated. That brings us to nearly 90,000 calls in one calendar year. 80,000 to 90,000 calls per year is roughly our average. I want to share two important updates for our North County community. First, we started 2026 by hearing the concerns about abandoned vehicles cluttering our neighborhoods. Just in the first few weeks of the year, over 200 vehicles were tagged and more than 100 vehicles were towed. This should be a clear sign that abandoned vehicles are no longer acceptable in our community, and we are committed to continue to keep our streets clear and safe for these eyesores. Second, we continued our cooperative efforts with the incredible staff at the St. Louis Zoo at Wildcat Park. I am proud of the progress being made and even more excited about the opportunities this project will bring to the North County community when it opens in 2027. I personally toured the grounds, I met these amazing animals, and spent some time with the team that is making this vision a reality. We are on pace for a world-class experience right in our North County Precinct backyard. I'm excited. If you made it this far in the video, you know, you're officially a North County Precinct MVP, and we're glad to have you on our team. Let's continue to help our neighborhoods grow in 2026, find new ways to make our North County communities even better. God bless you, your families, and those entrusted with keeping you safe. I'll see you in a neighborhood near you. Take care, North County. Thank you.